While NCIS Origins is a great show on its own, its premiere had striking similarities to the original NCIS pilot over 20 years ago. NCIS Origins is the latest spin-off from the NCIS franchise, and it will follow Gibbs at the start of his career with NIS before the organization became NCIS. The NCIS Origins premiere had a significantly darker tone than any episode of NCIS, but it also included several callbacks to the pilot episode that started it all. NCIS Origins features Austin Stoll as the young Gibbs, but it will also show Mark Harmon returning to the classic role as he offers a closer insight into Stoll's Gibbs. Besides the reappearance of Mark Harmon's Gibbs, NCIS Origins has also taken inspiration from other classic aspects of NCIS episodes. As a result, the NCIS spin-off has revealed that some things never change. FBI comes into fight over jurisdiction with NCIS. NCIS rarely gets along with the FBI. Both the NCIS pilot and the NCIS Origins premiere showed tension between the FBI and NCIS. As the FBI is a higher-ranking organization, they declared jurisdiction and priority and attempted to take over the case in both episodes. In the NCIS pilot, the stakes were higher as the death in question was of a commander in the U.S. Navy who had just had lunch with the president shortly before he died. Fortunately, NCIS was able to claim jurisdiction because the death was connected to military personnel. The characters in NCIS Origins were not as lucky. In NCIS Origins Episode 1, Enter Sandman, the team began their investigation as usual before they were rudely and unceremoniously interrupted by the FBI. Even when they had a suspect in custody, they had to dig through records and conduct research to try and find a military connection to the victim or suspect in question. In the end, they succeeded in retaining and charging the suspect, but not without several FBI distractions along the way. NCIS Origins and NCIS first cases end with a ZNN broadcast. ZNN is a common thread among NCIS spin-offs. ZNN, an NCIS news broadcasting channel, appeared in both series premieres. Several NCIS spin-offs use ZNN in their episodes, so it made sense to have it appear in the first episode of NCIS Origins as well. The use of the fake news channel also acts as a common thread among all NCIS spin-offs. ZNN even acts as an inside joke since it is so similar to the American news channel, CNN. The use of ZNN is one of the most noticeable similarities between the NCIS pilot and the NCIS Origins premiere. The channel is important in the NCIS universe because it reveals how the information that NCIS sees firsthand appears to the public. Certain details are always kept out. Gibbs' independence. Gibbs has always wanted things done his own way. NCIS Origins has shown that Gibbs' independence started at an early stage in his career. Throughout the premiere, his boss, Mike Franks, Kyle Schmid, had to constantly remind Gibbs to share his findings and theories with the group. Gibbs is still new to the job, so he likely just needs to warm up to how things work at NIS and will begin to share things more freely as time goes on. However, his desire for independence did not stop there. Gibbs also started a conflict with Lala Dominguez, Muriel Molino, when he wanted things done his way. It took Franks yelling at him to stand down for him to back down. As Gibbs is still a subordinate in NCIS Origins, he must follow the orders that he is given. However, there is almost nothing stopping him in NCIS. The NCIS pilot also showed Gibbs' independence and desire to do things his way. But with no direct supervisor, at least not one like Franks, he is free to conduct his work the way he wants. NCIS is a fringe agency in both NCIS Origins and NCIS. The agency is small but mighty. Beyond having to often fight for jurisdiction over cases, NCIS also has to fight for recognition. The agency is a very real organization, it is just not as well known. This is the sentiment that both series premieres revealed. In the NCIS pilot, when Gibbs and Tony, Michael Weatherly, try to board the plane that has the dead Navy commander, the security guard almost does not let them in as he does not recognize their badge. Luckily, Ducky saves the day and the security guard lets them all in, but for a moment, there could have been a bureaucratic nightmare.